down to business to defeat the Huns.
Hi everybody, my name is Alpha Wookie and welcome to another episode of my homemade TCG showcase. Today I'm very happy to announce that not only am I going to be showing off some more cards, very excited to do that. Oh my gosh, what am I Casey Neistat? I'm a pretty butterfly. My wings soar on the wind, but if a bird eats me, I will accept my fate, because what can you do? It's a bird, it's bigger than me, it'll eat me, and I'm going to be ingested, and I'll probably become part of the circle of life, and then one day Simba will rule the kingdom, and I will be A-okay. Disney movies. Alright, so I'm happy to announce that I have not only more cards to show you, but I also think I'm done with the Earth element. I think. I have 30 cards produced for the Earth element, and if you do a little math, I have 5 elements, so 150 cards, that'd be a pretty nice stack. That's going to be monstrous to cut out for all of my friends. That's, even if you said every card was just one card, that's 150 cards. But we already have duplicates of a lot of the cards cut out, so that's going to be a monster to do. But it is a burden, it is an onus that I happily place upon my back, because I'm having a lot of fun making this card game, and I'm also having a lot of fun bringing it to you guys. So today I picked some select cards that I thought would be appropriate to show off. Hold on, let's make this a pack opening. Hey guys, I'm really excited to open up my new booster pack that I just made. It's a surprise. Maybe we'll get a super rare, maybe we'll get a full art. Let's see what's going on, guys. So I think the first thing that I'm gonna... Why do I have my watch on? Hold on. I don't want you guys seeing what time it is. You don't see how much time I spend on these garbage videos. So the main focus of this video is going to be the archetype that I'm going to be showing off here. I've printed a lot of new cards, and some of them are going to be in here. Only about 2. I don't want to show you guys everything all at once. So I'm going to be starting with the archetype of the Golem. In my opinion, it's an important element because it's an important part of the element, Earth element, because it provides a strong mid-game. Earth is very solid mid-game, and I actually had a problem with that. So when my brother and my friends and I were testing the game, we were running into the problem that there wasn't strong early game. Something that I've fixed. You know, we've got some good early game setup going on. So I'm just going to show you the levelable stone golem, something I already showed you in another video, so I'm just going to gloss over it. It's got 50 in counter attack value, which isn't that bad, especially for a golem. Its scale split does 30 in damage to 2 of your opponent's monsters, and you flip a coin for each one. If heads, place an earth coin on that, so he can set himself up. But I think levelable stone golem is a better card to put into play after you've already done some heavy coin setting up, so his flipping scales can do a better job. And finally, he has his range tag, which says that this monster's attack can only be countered with monsters with ranged. So either way, whether or not you intend to use him for his technical skills or just using him for his high counterattack, he's pretty good. And I'll read the little, I think I'm going to be reading the lore for you guys. So the lore reads, "The rain it falls, its eyes glow red, beware its scales, its gaze be dread." So this is the amorphous sand golem. I bounced him by giving him no counterattack, but the reason he needed bouncing was he has a passive that says, when this monster is defeated, as long as there's an earth coin on one of your monsters, not including this one, return this monster to your hand. So basically, he has infinite lifespan as long as you're not worried about it. He also supplies 2 energies for himself, so you can just exhaust him to use his own ability, which is Suffocate, 40 plus. And it says, deal earth elemental damage and place 1 earth coin on your target. So I haven't explained elemental damage yet, and basically what it is, it's a simple concept that, so if you are dealing X earth elemental damage, so if it's fire elemental, earth elemental, water, whatever type of element, that means it's going to deal 10 in damage for every of that coin that's on that opponent. It's a 4 in point cost. You know, I think it balances itself out because it has elemental and earth coin placing abilities, and it has, as long as you have earth coins in play, it's an unlimited card. And its lore reads, Weathered by harsh sands, this golem once stood as a sandstone golem, but has fallen to a formless pile that shifts across the vast desert. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to make a card called Sandstone Golem. I originally intended to, but I shifted the name to something else, which you're going to see that today. So, our next card is the Pride Golem. This is one of the only golems so far that only is 3 to spend, mainly because its attack is underwhelming. It can do up to 90 in damage. It's called Hammer Fury, 30 times, flip 3 coins for each head. This does 30 damage for each coin heads, whatever. That's a common Pokemon move, like any Fury attack or whatever would say that. The reason we decided the non-specific energies were worthless was because we were going to produce cards that allowed you to play non-specific energies really quickly. So, and they would be more available. So it's more likely that you'd put down a resource that has renewable 2 non-specific energies rather than 1. It's got 80 in life, it's got a normal amount of counter damage for a golem, but what makes it stand out is its passive, which is as long as Pride Golem is in play, all of your golem monsters' base HP are raised by 20. So as long as you have Pride Golem in play, Amorphous Sand Golem would be at 100 health, Level Stone Golem would be at 100 health. Most of golems would either be at 100, would be up to 80 to 110 in life. So I'm just going to read the lore for you here. It says, nobility among the golems is sacred. The rock from which a golem is hewn determines its eternal onus. Thus, a golem born from the stone of Pride Mountain would bear the burden of leading its brethren. So the Slave of the Sky Kingdom has something very interesting about it in the way of its health. It has 20x health. So if you move down to its passive, it says this monster's base HP is equal to 20 times the amount of Earth coins attached to it. When you first put this monster into play, you may move any amount of Earth coins from your monster onto this monster. So as long as this monster has Earth coins on it, its health has a value. If you didn't place any Earth coins on him, he would have 0 in health. So from there, you would move him to the discard pile. I suppose if you had Pride Golem in play, though, that would automatically give him 20 in health. So if you had Pride Golem in play but no Earth coins to play, you could still put Slave of the Sky Kingdom down, and he would have the ability to be played with because of 20 in health. So he has 50 in counter and damage, so that even if he had low health, this would be a good block for the kingdom. So its attack is Fettered Wrath. You may move any amount of Earth coins from this monster to your target. This attack deals 30 more damage for every coin you move in this way. If you had, for some reason, 5 Earth coins on this monster, you could move 5 Earth coins and do 170 in damage, but killing this monster in the process. These golems were hewn and enslaved to build and uphold the cities of the Sky Kingdom. After abandonment, they sharpened their hands into weapons, vowing never to build for a kingdom of gods again. I want to put out a lore video about this card game because there's a lot of stuff that my friends and I have thought about that we've written down, and we'd love to be able to share with you guys. So next we have the Evergreen Golem. This is a card that I think I already showed. Yeah, I showed on the on my card making process at the end. If you watched all the way to the end, I showed making it, so I'm just going to be quick about it. Its element affiliation is both water and earth, so on his card he has things that need the water energy to be used for. It's a 4 in cost, and it has 2 moves. Purify for 1 water energy. Heal 40 in damage from anything in play, including this monster or your kingdom, and then exhaust this monster. Originally we had it 30 in damage, and there was no downside to it, but my brother and I started deciding, whoa, if you had a water deck and like a ton of resources out, that would be incredibly dangerous to have that kind of power. So we decided that there was a cost to it, besides, playing it. And then we have Tangling Roots 60, and it says you may sap earth or water from your target. And sap is another one of these terms, like elemental energy. Sap, and then whatever element would mean you heal for 10 in damage for every of that coin that your opponent has on them. Here we have Gore no more, it said in care, be healed by Spore. This gentle giant roams the forest, healing small creatures under its care and speaking only in rhymes. Alright, and we have the final golem. So it has 70 in HP, it has 2 renewable energy, and is the only golem so far that has a 5 cost. My brother and I sat down, we talked about it, and we decided that it was a bit too much for a 4 in cost. Mainly because, so it's got good counter and damage, it has it has more than one energy that it can spend. So, you know, that's okay, I guess. Any golem can do that, but it's its passives that make it overpowered. It has the passive Sentinel. This creature can block even if it's exhausted. Alright, and so we also have every turn this monster does not attack, you may increase its base HP by 20. Literally, by just having this in play and not doing anything with it, it gains 20 in HP every turn. Then it has its attack, Vigilant Sweep. It's 2 mountain energies for only 40 in damage. Technically speaking, the average damage for 2 mountain energies would be 50 in damage, but it says this attack is considered an instant. An instant is a term from scrolls that allow you to use it no matter what turn it is. Then the lore reads as follows. Let no man pass, it uttered, as was its bound code and contract. Many men lay dead at its feet. Let no man pass, Harris spoke, but what did your master speak of women? The golem lowered its blade in uncertainty. The city of Moor consequently became a temple legendarily only inhabited by women. So, what we have here is the Stone Golem of Moor. Basically, this is the Stone Golem I was talking about earlier. I originally planned to call it the Sandstone Golem, but I decided Stone Golem of Moor had a bit more, with the Casey Neistat. What the heck is my problem? Alright, so those are all the golems that I have created thus far, and I don't think I'll stop short there. There might be a couple other elemental golems that could be added in, But I decided that 6 cards, it wasn't really enough, so I decided I had a couple more cards that I wanted to introduce. This is the hero of the field. He's a 3 in power, and what he's basically all about, this is a support type character. He's not fantastic, but he definitely gets his job done. So he's 30 in counter attack, 50 in HP, but his passive says, when this monster is summoned, choose a monster in play, that monster gains Sentinel. The same move that if this monster can only block, this monster can block even if it's exhausted. So even if it's exhausted, if your kingdom is attacked, you can use that monster to block. So if you even chose, if you choose so, you could go Hero of the Field, and I'll give Hero of the Field Sentinel, like that. And so its attack is Whipping Slash, 40 in damage, flip a coin, if heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. And so its lore reads, bravery is of the soul, not of the body. That is why I believe it is not something that can be taught, but rather it is bestowed by the divine in times of great need. Marduk, observing a young man emerge from the forest of decay. Also, Marduk is a reoccurring wisdom type character, just a wizard, I believe. And finally, we have a Phalangic Slave, something probably the most annoying card in the entire game. You see that power cost? It's only 2. A 2 power cost card is the most annoying card in the game. So this is a 10/10 Phalangic Slave. It has what I call Zeal. This monster is not exhausted when it is summoned. So the downside of, like the only balancing measure of when summoning a character is, oh, you can't use it on that turn. Well, this card has the ability to be used the turn you set it down. And its move is Vice Grip. 20 in damage, and it exhausts the target of the attack. So, exhausts the target of the attack on your opponent's next turn. So if that monster is already exhausted, it doesn't matter. It stays exhausted on your opponent's turn. So, this basically is this is a giant slayer, if you will. It allows you another turn to think about what you're doing. And I gotta say, it's one of those cards that I yes! Every time I get it in my hand. It's a card that I go, no, I hate this game every time, somebody else plays it. It's that kind of card, and I love it. And it is another one of Drudge's biological experiments. So I'm going to read the lore for you here. Biological experiments of Drudge the Trader. These creatures were designed to carry and assemble the resources required for his massive tomb, designed to lock his body and all he possessed within. So if you can't tell already, the Drudge the Trader is more of an Egyptian-style leader. And eventually he betrayed the earth and led himself and some of his nobles up to the sky where he would live, and he brought his Egyptian-style culture to the people above. So you can definitely expect when I make the wind element that there are going to be some Egyptian-style looking cards as well, but more perhaps godly and white, things like that. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed my card showcase. I have no idea how I spent 20 minutes talking about 8 cards. There's no way that should have happened, but that's exactly what happened. I'm excited to bring you guys this kind of stuff. I guess I'm just going to stop rambling here and find some sort of way to end this video. Thank you for watching, guys. Fire Element coming soon.